welcome back to my kitchen. And we're cooking tonight. We're going budget friendly, using up what's in the pantry, freezer, refrigerator, a little bit of everything. So let me start with my chicken thighs. Okay, I had picked up some chicken thighs at my local Lidl's, and you can catch that video. I did a Lidl's tour and it was 30% off. So we talked about that in my video for the Lidl's, but I've had a number of people request. I've referred to how I can take 6 chicken thighs and I can make 6 meals for 3 people out of that package of 6 chicken thighs. So stay tuned because they are actually defrosting as we speak, and tomorrow I will be starting to cook them up and break it down, and I will be sharing that either tomorrow night or the next night. So sometime this week you'll be getting the video on how I take thighs, cook them down, make tons of meals out of it. You'd be surprised. You don't need a pound of meat on your plate. So we'll get into that. But I just wanted to give you a sneak preview for that. So what else are we doing here? So we're making a tuna, what is it called? Tuna noodles with an S, Romanoff. Sounded interesting. I get this book at the thrift shops. I'll show you this. See this? Keepers at Home. It was $1. You see that? I love this magazine. I have been getting this for years and years at the thrift stores in Pennsylvania, which you can also catch my video on going there. I love thrift stores in Pennsylvania. And this is from 2010, volume 18, issue number, I can read it. I think it says issue 1. The red flower kind of makes it hard to read. But anyway, I paid $1. And I love it. It's put out by the Mennonites. If you can find these, they're a keeper. There's all kinds of articles on here. Everything from being a mom, training up your children, just how to make a house a home, questions that the readers have, to tons of recipes. This is not sponsored, I'm just talking here. To the marketplace, things that you can buy from them, homemade creations. There's a craft right there. Here's a whole thing on dill and how to use it and what to do with it. It was a really cool section that I thought about sending to 2 of my YouTube friends. One is Homestead's Tessie, and the other one would be Janelle from Parsnips and Parsimony. It's on seed saving, and I think I'm going to copy these articles and send it to them. It's part number 3, so I wish I could have part 1 and part 2. But it's on radishes, how to pollinate, plant, harvest, store, cucumbers, and so on. Anyway, you don't need to know all that. I just thought it was interesting. And I like to tell you what I find interesting because some of you find it interesting. Anyway, I still need to go on. If any of you get this magazine, can you leave me a comment below? I know it was not something you could order online. It was through, because it's Mennonite, it had to be through their organization. But I don't know where to find the information. So leave me a comment if you know. I'd love to know. I'd love to order it. But anyway, in here is the dinner bell rings for casserole. Okay, unfortunately we just lost some footage, technical difficulties, but I will tell you what I have in here is 1.5 cups of sour cream. Well, that's what it should be, 1.5 cups of sour cream. But I didn't have that. I had 2/3 of a cup of sour cream. So I improvised and I used mayonnaise. So you use what you have. I'm not going out and buying sour cream for a recipe that, I don't really need to worry about. So can you do me, Graham, can you do me a quick favor and go get me a whisk? And I will continue to talk about our delicious, this does not look very good, does it? It looks like, what does that look like? Cottage cheese in there. But trust me, it's just sour cream, milk. So it was 1 cup of milk, 1.5 cups, it should be, of sour cream. And again, I used a little mayonnaise. And 3 teaspoons. Well, it was actually like 2 and a few drops extra of Worcestershire sauce. So that's in there. I just want to whisk that together. So let me grab my whisk, and you can take that back. Let's get this thinned out a little bit here, so it doesn't look like chunky cottage cheese in there. Look at that. That's perfect. Okay, so what's the next thing we're going to need to put in here? Okay, it's calling for 1/4 cup of chopped onion. Again, I don't have chopped onion, but what I do have from my freezer is onion, pepper, a red pepper, and green pepper. So that's all I'm going to use. So I'm going to use 1/4 cup of that, which I think it'll give it actually quite a nice flavor. So let me get my measuring cup here and get my 1/4 cup. That's weird. Where's my 1/4? Okay. So again, this is what I had in the freezer. I like to get my peppers and onions, and I like to chop them up really fine. I can add this to meatloaf. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. Where are you? Over here. See that? You can see red peppers and green peppers. That'll add quite a nice flavor. But I like to chop that up, those 3 up. I stick it in the freezer. I make a little bag of it. And then when I make meatloaf or a chicken dish or just anything where you need a little extra flavor, I add all 3, and it just makes it really, really good. Okay, so we've mixed that in there. This seems like an awful lot of liquid to me, but that's what the recipe calls for. It wants a dash of red pepper. We don't like red pepper. It needs a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I have my Himalayan pink salt from Dollar Tree that I had picked up in one of my Dollar Tree hauls. So I'm going to put my salt in here. All right, thought that might make a nice flavor. And then the other thing it wants is 2 cans of tuna. So I have a can of solid white albacore, and I'm going to put that in there. And then my second can is chunk light. So again, I didn't have 2 of the same. That's okay. Remember, I used what was in my pantry. Sorry about my arm there. You can see this one is chunk light. There we go. So I'm going to pour that one in there. I prefer chunk light. It's easier to work with, especially to me for recipes. But here's the secret, I think. If you're going to use chunk light, it's cheaper, so that's always more budget friendly. But the other thing is, you have to get a good brand. You can't get one of these off brands that are, I don't know, sometimes you get to the food pantry and stuff. I find them really, really fishy. But if I get a Starkist or Bumblebee when they're on sale, and I can get a chunk light, you can get them really cheap, and I think they taste great. They don't have that fishy taste, and they fit the budget. So, okay, I'm just chopping up my tuna in here. And then what else do we need to add? We need to add 1 cup of cheddar cheese. All right, so let's get, I have Fiesta blend. I don't have cheddar. I have the Fiesta. You can see that. So we're going to put 1 cup of that in there. That's what I had in the freezer. And tonight, what did I make? I made my own concoction. I made rice in the Instant Pot. I'm using a heaping cup. I made rice in the Instant Pot on the rice setting. Then, along with it, I added the water, and then I put in a little butter, and I put a package of the dry ranch seasoning, and I cooked that up. And then when it was all done, I sprinkled some cheese, this particular cheese, right on top. Put the lid back on just for like a minute till it melted in there. It was the best cheesy rice you could ever have. So, okay, here we go. So here is our concoction, as you can see. It doesn't look like anything too exciting, but look at the pink in there from the salt. That's pretty cool. So now we need to add our noodles. Let me just check my recipe real quick. We have the milk, we have the sour cream, we have the Worcestershire sauce, we have the onion. We're not using red pepper. I have salt, I have tuna, and I have cheese. Okay, so let me get my noodles. Clean hands. What is it? The cook's best tool is clean hands. So I'm going to put this right in here. Kind of stuck together. They've been in here too long. Okay, let's get them in there. We're going to stir this up. Now, they tell you to put it in one large casserole dish, but here's my thought. We're only a family of 3 right now, so I don't know that we would eat all this, but what I thought I could do, since I'm making all of this, would be put one in a smaller casserole dish for us, and we're going to use this for lunch tomorrow, and then I could either put one in the freezer for us for a later date, or I did have a disposable casserole container. I might put it in that. Either way, I'm going to put it in the freezer. But then if I hear that somebody needs a meal, I can bless them with this and maybe make some homemade rolls or a loaf of homemade bread. How would you like somebody to show up when you're not feeling good and say, here's a dinner, just pop it in the oven, it's all cooked. Now to this, wouldn't this look good with maybe some peas? Oh, I should have added peas to this one. Nope, I'm going to follow the directions. I'm always deviating, but maybe we'll do peas on the side or some corn or something like that. I'll see. Okay, let me get this stuff out of the way. And then it says to put it in the dishes, so let me get my dishes right here so you can see what I have. Okay. So I have my green one, which is my Temptations, and then I have this disposable one, and I've sprayed them with some cooking spray just to make sure they're good. So I'm going to divide this into both of the pans as equally as I can. Let's see. That makes quite a bit. Yeah. Oh my, yeah. Look at that. Okay, a little bit more here, a little bit more there. Okay, put that in the sink. So, here is my tuna noodle casserole. Romanoff is what they called it. Then what they recommend is you sprinkle some cheese on top, which we're going to do. And of course, it says half a cup. You put what you want. You know, it's your dinner or your lunch or whatever. We're going to have this for lunch tomorrow. I'm off from work tomorrow, so now I don't have to worry about lunch. I can just pop this in the oven tomorrow, and we'll be good to go. And then it also says to put some parsley or something like that on top. I have my homemade that I dehydrated myself. Look at this. Fresh parsley. How cool is that? So usually you just want to crumble it up a little bit, add a little parsley. I actually think I took too much out, but that's okay. Well, there's one of the twigs. Get rid of that. There we go. Look at that homemade dehydrated parsley. Got this cute little container at the Dollar Tree. It's nice. It's got the rubber seal. This goes right on top. Look at that. Great. And looks great on my counter. Isn't that cool? Okay, so we are going to put this in the oven, and it says to go 325 for 25 minutes. Because I am not going to eat this tonight, we're going to have this for lunch. We're going to just wrap these up. One's going in the freezer, one's going in the fridge. I have lunch for tomorrow. And what else can I tell you? I hope you guys had a great day. We had a thunderstorm here in New Jersey with hail. It was nuts. It was crazy. We lost power at work. I had just gotten done recording a podcast, and got to check that out. That's going up tomorrow on my work website. If you want to check that out, it's going to be a good one on good vibes. Do you have good vibes? Do you need a vibe adjustment, attitude adjustment? So you might want to check that out. I'll try and link that for you below. But anyway, I've just recorded that, got back to the office. We were just discussing a few things for something up and coming. The biggest boom ever, power went out. It's still out, and this is 9 o'clock at night, and it went out at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So we're out of power, so we kind of can't do any work. So I'm glad I'm off tomorrow. But again, I hope you guys had a good day. I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you have a good tuna recipe that you can share. I grew up on cream peas and tuna, and that's what my mom made, my grandmother made. I have to make that one time, because then you take potato chips and you put that on the top. So we have leftover chips, don't we, Grandma? Yeah, here we go. Oh, look at this. Okay, I gotta add this to the video. Again, I will give you the basic recipe, but I think tomorrow I will crush these up and you sprinkle potato chips on the top of your tuna casserole. Let me tell you, it will take it from this level to that level. So, I think that's where we're at. Let me just wish you all a good night, a great day tomorrow. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you, and share my videos with your friends. My channel is growing slowly. I'd love to get more friends, and when we hit 100 subscribers, I have a gift giveaway. So if you get excited about that, share my channel so we can hit 100 subscribers soon, and I'll be talking more about that, but I have a gift giveaway for someone. Okay, we'll catch you on the next video.